Hello everyone and welcome to the Nekozuki Knits podcast. My name is Katie and today is Thursday, November 10th, 2016. I'm coming to you from Cochrane, Alberta, Canada, and I'm really sorry that I am so late. It's been almost 2 weeks since I recorded last, but I'm into the last show of my season. It's actually this weekend, and it just really caught up with me, so I had a lot of work to do in many different ways, and I'll go into that a little bit at the end of this episode itself. As you can see, the hair is kind of expanding out, which always happens when I kind of get stressed out. So yeah, I'd like to say hello to any new and returning viewers. Thanks so much if you're coming for the first time, or if you're coming back, thank you ever so much. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry, A, for my absence, and B, for the quality of the last episode. I'm actually trying a new setup right now. I had to go get a new phone because of reasons. I'm not going to go into them here. And so I'm actually trying recording on my phone instead of the big camera, which I hope will work out. I hope it also cuts down on the edits that I'll have to do so that it makes it a smoother episode for both you and I. I think that's going to help a lot. So fingers crossed that this all works out, because this is the first time I'm using it. I actually got a little like clip for it for my tripod, so it's holding stable right now. I did get a bit of knitting done this week. Again, not a lot. We were on the road quite a bit, so that was most of my knitting time. We were going around and putting posters up for the Calgary Fibre Arts Fair, so that's what I was doing last week. One of the things I did sit down and make sure I finished was I finished the last couple rows of ribbing on my Mud Punch socks. And so both socks are complete except for the afterthought heel. I'll be going through to actually put the heel in at some point. I don't know when, so, but it'll be happening, obviously, before I wear them. The other item that I got some work done is I actually got some work done on my, so this is Mud Punch self-striping in the In Particular colorway. It's one of the ones I picked up at Knit City 2016, and I'm really happy that I'm already using up the stash. Well, it didn't even make it into the stash. I cast those socks on Saturday night after I purchased the yarn. The other item I'm working on is the Authenticity Shawl, and this is by Sylvia McFadden, or Soft Sweater on Ravelry. And I'm knitting it out of Sweet Fibre Canadian in the Breakwater colorway. And it's going to look a lot better once I've blocked it, I think. I hope. And I was about here last time you saw it. So it's growing quite a bit. It's not using as much yarn as I anticipated because it's going to stretch quite a bit. And I'm not even through the first skein yet. And you're supposed to do a certain number of repeats of the pattern. I'm already 60% done that as well. I'm also admittedly a little bit bored with this project. I don't know why. I did really, really, really well through the first two chart repeats, so like chart A and chart B. So I don't know what happened, but I've slogged through two more repeats of the chart. The pattern as written is 5 repeats of the chart, and then a garter edge, and I don't know. I don't think I'll go beyond that 5th repeat just because I am already bored with the project. It's not like it's a bad pattern or anything like that. I'm just bored. I want the shawl now instead of knitting it. So anyway, it looks really good though. I'm excited to actually have it done. It feels like it's going to be super squishy and like one of those nice big cuddle up in shawls, which is what I was looking for. So there's that at least. The other project that got a lot of work on it in the last 2 weeks is actually the Chevron baby blanket. So this is the Pearl Soho pattern. I'm knitting it out of Rowan Pure Wool Worsted. It's a superwash wool in a gray, purple, and then this is a pink. It's called Rose Pink. And there's not much else to say about it. I'm only going to do the pink, and then I'm going to do a stripe of purple again, and then a stripe of gray, and then it will be done. I need to have this done before I go to Japan next week. Fingers crossed that it happens. It should actually. That's a lot of work. Like I basically did 2 stripes in 2 weeks. So I should be able to do it, especially when I'm not trying to concentrate on shop work. So I'm going to move my marker, and hopefully I'll have this done before the next podcast so I can show it to you, because it's getting mailed while I'm in Japan. So, and then the final item, this feels like a lot more knitting than that I got done, but I guess it's also been 2 weeks. I'm also working on Slytherin socks. So this is Michelle of Stitch Please. This is her self-striping yarn, and the colorway name is His Father Will Hear About It, which is awesome. I love that name. And these are being knit on US 1 2.25 millimeter needles, and I'm holding the yarn in one of my small box bags with lots and lots and lots of rattling room in there for it. So there's that. That's what I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. So the other thing that I ended up doing was I have actually read quite a bit. I also finished the spinning on the supported spindle. I finished the spinning on that, so it's just waiting for its ply, and I just realized that I haven't brought the supported spindle down, and I'm not getting up to get it. So I'll show that to you probably once I actually ply it off of the spindle. I have actually got a lot of reading done though. I got caught up in that the Raven cycle, and I did actually go out and buy the first 3 books because they were in soft cover. And then I'm going to wait for the 4th book to come out in soft cover to complete the collection. But I finished The Dream Thieves. I haven't even cracked the spine on this one yet because I finished the library copy of it first. But I read The Dream Thieves. And this is part of why I went and purchased them, was because I was getting held up on the 3rd book in the series, whereas I had already gotten the 1st and 2nd, and then I got the 4th as well. So the 3rd one is Blue Lily, Lily Blue. And then I did actually read and finish the Raven King, which is the 4th book. That was the library book though, so I returned it already so someone else can start reading it. These are all by Maggie Stiefvater. And I really enjoyed them. They're really awesome because they stand out in the young adult genre right now for me. A lot of the young adult genre right now seems to be dystopian fiction or post-apocalyptic, and that's fine. I have no problem with it. I've read a lot of it recently, and that's part of it. Is I was really ready to read something different, and this was different. It's a quest story, so that's really awesome. Amazing balance of characters. I think they're really dynamic, and I would definitely recommend it. I would also recommend it for boys. Because it shows many different aspects of them, which I think is really important in young adult fiction. And something that a lot of it is lacking. But I really enjoyed it. So it's about 18-year-old characters. There's nothing explicit. It's a little bit gory and maybe a little bit scary in places for younger readers, but I would say that you probably could give it to a 14-year-old and be fine. Obviously, if you're ever concerned about my recommendations, definitely take a skim over it yourself or read a good synopsis of it, because A, I don't have children, and B, I am not actually qualified to be saying those things. That's just my judgment call itself. On that note, I am currently reading The Lace Reader by Brunonia Berry. I've been wanting to read this one for a while. It's an adult fiction book, and it's not bad. It's not gripping, but it's not bad. It's about lace readers, exactly what it says. I'm only about I'm 59 pages in, which is just over 10% of the book in. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't read a lot of adult fiction. And when I do, it's usually fantasy, and it's kind of on that edge of fantasy. I can't quite decide yet. And for some reason, I've just randomly run into a whole bunch of books about psychics. Psychics are in the Raven Cycle, and then they're also in the Lace Reader. So, you know, as you do. And then I'm reading Ghost Talkers by Mary Robinette Cole. I've previously read her Glamorous Histories books, which I really enjoyed. I'm really enjoying her tone in this one as well. It's about mediums, they call them, and she calls them in this book, who communicate with dead soldiers during World War One. Definitely an adult book, simply just because of the subject matter. But I'm enjoying it. I won't, it's not a pleasant topic, but it's a story of intrigue during World War One with the medium who can talk to ghosts. So I'm enjoying it. And definitely I would recommend Cole's Glamorous Histories as well. I really enjoyed particularly the first one because it had such a strong overtone of Beauty and the Beast. And I totally have a thing for Beauty and the Beast. So that is a series. I think I've got 1 or 2 books of it that I need to complete my collection of, actually. So let's go into chatter. Last week I actually went and saw Mamma Mia with a friend, the stage play, a musical, I guess. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I really do enjoy ABBA music. It's really upbeat, exactly what I needed right then. And it was a good break, and we had really nice dinner out. Then we went and saw the show and just had a good girls' night out. So Dallas and I then drove around a lot of southern Alberta on Thursday and Friday, and southern and western Alberta, actually, because we went out to Canmore and Banff and posted a bunch of posters for Calgary Fibre Arts Fair because that's coming up this weekend. And then we also went and actually saw Doctor Strange on Monday because we were kind of sitting around the house being like, Monday is the night before Dallas goes away, and he went up to night shifts this week. And we just kind of we were bored. I don't know how, because we were so busy last week, even when we planned not to be. And we just randomly decided, because they had a showing of Doctor Strange in 2D. We don't I don't think it bothers Dallas as much, but 3D really bothers my eyes and my head. And he doesn't really enjoy it. So our local theater in Cochrane is actually offering 2D Mondays. So we decided, hey, there's a showing at 9, let's actually go see it, because they'd just come out. We really enjoyed it. We found it really entertaining. And that's how I approach all of these is, am I entertained? And I was. So I'm completely satisfied with my movie experience with Doctor Strange. There was something else. Oh, we went and we actually got the JR passes for Japan, because we're heading out next Thursday. And then we also went and ordered the yen, and that's come in. And yeah. Not much else. Played some video games, did some knitting, hung some posters for Calgary Fibre Arts Fair. Which brings me actually to shop news. So if you're not interested, I completely understand, and I will record next week. I will be recording late, likely on Tuesday or late Wednesday, because what's basically happening is on Sunday night I'm staying up as late as I can till Monday morning to start to switch to night shift, basically. Japan is currently 16 hours ahead of Canada because of our fallback, and doing this switch before we go means that I won't be as jet lagged getting there. Dallas is already on nights, so he's not going to have any problem actually when we get over there. And basically all I'm doing is I'm getting over my jet lag before I go, which works out fantastic. It's what we did actually in March, and I didn't have any jet lag as far as I remember. Really tough coming back, but basically Dallas has a week off and it's a day shift, so he's just going straight back onto nights. So we're going to try and maintain night shift mode as long as possible. Anyway, all that to say that I will be recording next week before we go to Japan. If for some strange reason or some busy reason I don't, take a look on Instagram. I'm going to be posting pictures there under Nekozuki Knits and hashtag Nekozuki Knits Travels. Yeah, travels. And everything will be kind of going through that. And I'll be posting hopefully some videos of the fabric shops, and I will try to actually record when I'm in Japan. So keep your eyes peeled. Something will happen along the way for sure. So we'll move right into shop news. This weekend is Calgary Fibre Arts Fair. It's happening at Triwood Community Association Center. It's 2244 Chicoutimi Drive Northwest, Calgary, Alberta, and it is running Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There is still a lot of spaces available in the classes, so definitely check those out. Most of them are able to accept last-minute registrants, except for the sock heel flat class. Although, as long as you can knit a few rounds that evening, you can definitely register for that on Saturday as well. So, let's get into what I'm doing for Calgary Fibre Arts Fair. I am acting as an organizer as myself, Katie Pichet, but I am also bending there as Nekozuki Knits as my company, and that's how I know what's available in the classes is because of the organizer factor of that. That also brings me to shop news of all of these bags will be available in the Shopify nekozukiknits.com, and they'll be live this weekend as I'm at the sale. And then Etsy will be going on vacation this weekend through coming back from Japan. So Etsy won't be back available until the 28th. The listings there are getting very sparse, so I would suggest that if you're looking for anything that you check out nekozukiknits.com. And for all these new listings, you do have to go to nekozukiknits.com. These aren't going to be on Etsy at all. I'm just kind of letting it slowly fade out as things expire. I'm not renewing them, and I'm doing a whole shift to nekozukiknits.com, particularly in the new year. And so, all the fabrics that I have here are Japanese fabrics that I picked up on the trip, actually, except for one. This one I actually got beforehand and I ordered it from my previous supplier. Super cute white kitties with black kitties on pink. Nice pastel pink. I did metallic top stitching because, hi, metallic top stitching. Also, I have to say that the Juki, which Sakura Soe McSoface, Pichet, I was expecting to have an increase in production because it stitches much faster. But the other super awesome part is it's actually making the seams sturdier. I have been able to reduce the stitch length quite a bit actually, and still be able to sew just as fast. And it's making the bags better, and I'm so happy with it. They stand up better. This one, the interfacing was a little bit different. And yeah, it has a nice shape. Anyway, so this is a Japanese fabric. This is one that I ordered, however, before I went to Japan in March. The rest of them are fabrics that I purchased while I was in Japan. So I've got one with a navy background with Japanese floral. So you can see there the sakura there's some gold sakura. And just so you know, all of these bags are lined in a neutral beige color of some description, so that you can see your yarn better, or whatever else you put into it. A variant on the black cats with lacy doilies. This is actually dark brown cats with various Baroque elements. And then if you actually take a look at the wallpaper back there, like right there. See if I can focus on it. Come on. Thank you. There's cats. Anyway, the Baroque pattern is made up of cats and butterflies and a whole bunch of really cute things. So there's a pink one of this. Also, I love the chandelier on this. I wonder if it's the right side up. And that carousel. Like, it's just so pretty. Yeah, and then the chandelier, which is right side up there. Hey. Sorry, I'm getting used to the new camera still. There we go. Also, this totally makes me want to get Dahlia a pearl collar with a pink bow for her to wear, like this cute here. Yeah. There. Anyway, so there's a pink version of that, and then apparently I get ramblier as the night goes on. It is about 10:45 here right now, so I apologize if I am kind of rambly. I still have more work to do too, so we're going to try and wrap this up, I guess, pretty quick. Anyway, there's a mint version as well as the pink version. I can't decide which one I like better. I am obviously partial to pink. Also, I got my hair redone. It looks so much better. I love this color right now. I just got it redone yesterday, so of course it looks fresh for the show. Because I gotta look my best for you guys. That and I was getting tired of the roots. Anyway, there's a mint version and then there's a pink pastel-y version. They both have the cats in the background. There will be both a multicolored hedgehog and a blue colored hedgehog. Strings will not be included. I will be trimming any and getting extras off. Apparently they picked some stuff up on my sewing desk. Like that. So there's a blue one and then this multicolored one. I love both of these hedgehogs. They're ridiculously cute. They're way cuter than they should be allowed. Than they should be allowed to be. Blue hedgies. There's only going to ever be one of these Japanese fan bags. It's got a really cool texture to the fabric, which I guess the camera isn't really going to be happy about picking up. There's only ever going to be one of these right now. I'll see if I can get more of this fabric when I'm in Japan, but no guarantees. I really like this. I almost kept this for myself, but I behaved. I already kept one of my creations this summer, so can't keep them all. Alright, there's the red cats. Also, this kanji right here, when you turn it, it's actually supposed to be this way, but that kanji there says cat, Neko. And yeah, I really like this print. Again, it's got a really subtle texture to the weave, which I don't know if the camera is going to pick up. Kind of. Anyway, so there's that one. I really like this one. Just Sakura on a navy background. This is one that I picked up actually in my old city, Hirokatashi, in Osaka. Actually, the red and white cats was. Oh, and I lied. This one I also purchased before I went to Japan, but you've seen this one around before, so that should be no surprise. It's the bright sheep. Sorry if I'm blowing out the camera again. It's late. This one I had some versions at Knit City, but this is the small box bag version of the gray tabbies on pink. Cotton linen blend, so it's got a really nice hand to it. And just so you know, all of these bags, the handles are long enough to actually put your hand through so you can knit and walk. Or you can use it for a little like evening bag or cosmetic bag or whatever you can kind of think of. Honestly, anything you want. There's kitties. So many kitties. I love this one's expression. And then they're slowly piling up around me. Should just kept piling them up in front of me and then disappeared behind my pile of bags. This one was a Chirimen. Chirimen is a certain texture to Japanese patterns that they have. However, as soon as Chirimen at least these versions that I got, gets wet, it loses that texture. And I didn't want that to happen after you'd purchased one with the texture, assuming that it was going to stay. So I actually did wash the fabric, but obviously it keeps the pattern. It's really cool. There's an origami crane. Cranes are really big in my life. Dallas and I folded 1,000 for our wedding. See if I can get that to focus on it. Come on. So yeah, cranes are really big in our lives. And I just love the riot of colors because Japanese fabrics do tend to actually use so many colors together that I would never think. Like, that's why I use the blue zipper to pull out the blue kind of in this flower right here, and like the blue in this one, and this one. So I really like how this one turned out. This is another one that was originally Cherryman, but again, I washed it a little bit. I don't know if I would call this more subtle, but it's gorgeous. It's got big splotches of kind of the gold leaf print on it. I really love this decorative print here. There, the pile's as big as, almost as big as me now. There's more this way. And then you have seen this one before. I made bags from this for Olds. This was the first bag that I actually sewed on Sakura, on my Juki. And it's just pretty. It's a whole bunch. Well, it's geisha. Actually, Maiko. Not even geisha, it's trainee Maiko. And then some very traditional Japanese symbols. I know it's Canadiana in Canada. What is Japanese? Like Japanese symbols? Anyway, that is what I will be bringing new to Calgary. I do have a lot of stock still from Knit City that, and some of the new wedge bags actually too. There's a couple of those left. I think in a couple of the cat prints. I will record again before Japan. And if you have any questions, let me know. You can let me know via Instagram, Ravelry. Show notes will be on Ravelry. And yeah, anywhere you can kind of think of to find me, go ahead and send me a message. I do not mind in the least. So thanks so much, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful week. And I will talk to you again before Japan. Thanks so much. Bye.